Good morning, Otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Bass Diva. I brought Mr. Pineapple back. Okay, guys, well, I decided that I was going to talk about hooking up, right? Okay, so everyone pretty much has hooked up before, right? We've all hooked up. So I think on some level, even if you've had a lot of fond memories of hooking up when you were single, you still on some level know it's wrong, right? Even if you've had some pretty fond memories of doing it, you still know it's wrong. Okay? And everyone here has probably had like at least one friends with benefits, right? Okay. Have you ever had a situation with a friends with benefits where it's gone horribly wrong? You have, right? I don't think anyone here has ever had a friends with benefits situation where it hasn't gone wrong at least once. Okay, those situations, 9 times out of 10, something goes bad. Okay? Those situations very seldom do not end well. Okay? So those situations are designed not to end well. Alright, because they are not kosher situations. Okay? And I'm not here to shame people. I think ideally we would all like a situation where we could just freely have sex without any kind of consequences. I mean, it's the same thing like we would all like to eat some junk food without our skin getting messed up, without getting fat, without getting a toothache, without anything bad happening, right? I mean, we'd all like to get high without getting addicted. We'd all like to, stay up all night and not get any sleep without getting tired the next day. I mean, there's a lot of things that we'd like to do that just are not good for us, right? We would like to just do stuff that's sinful and wrong and bad and not face any kind of consequences. Okay, well, we would like to just hook up without having to deal with the consequences of having a relationship, right? We would like things to just be simple like that. Okay, hooking up is really not physically or emotionally or socially healthy. We wish it was. It really isn't. Okay, and I think most people I know, unless you're super religious, and I mean super religious, most people I know have had some kind of hookup situation or a situation where you've had like an actual like friends with benefits, where you had a friends with benefits like relationship, not just a hookup, but I mean a bona fide like friends with relationships benefit, or friends with benefits relationship. Sorry. I've been making back-to-back videos, sorry. Okay. So here's the deal. This is what usually happens with the friends with benefits. Okay. Some kind of consequence happens. Alright. Here's a typical thing that happens. Okay, one person likes the other person a little bit more. This happens in a normal relationship when you're actually dating somebody. One person always likes the other one a little bit more. Okay? So that's in a normal relationship. But with a friends with benefits, typically one person wants to just keep having casual sex and the other person just gets a little bit more like attached. Okay? So they want a little bit more out of it. Alright? Somebody in the relationship is going to inevitably feel guilty because they kind of sense the other person wants a little bit more and they want to keep kind of going in and kind of getting the benefit of having the sex, right? So that's, even though they stated, hey, I only want the sex, they kind of sense the other person wants just a little bit more. Okay? I'm going to admit I've had friends with benefits relationships before, and the guys wanted more out of this situation, and I was like, I just want to do this, and then I want you to go home. Okay. And then I felt awful because I did not want anything else. And, of course, the guys didn't want to go home. They wanted to be with me. And I'm just like, no, I just want to do this, and I want you to leave. And, of course, they wanted more. And that I would have to do something mean, and I would have to take heavy measures to make them go away. So I learned that I can't have relationships like that. And to be honest, I really don't want this high body count, and I don't want to have situations like that. I can't feel okay having casual sex. That wasn't the lifestyle for me. And deep down inside, I know those relationships are wrong. You're really sinning against your own body when you do things like that. So when I'm talking about those things being wrong, I'm talking about something I've done before. Okay, so that's I'm not putting anyone else down for doing it. It's just a wrong thing to do. Okay. But it's usually the girl who wants more. Here's the thing. This is what happens usually. Usually, the girl and the guy have the relationship. Both of them know it's the wrong thing to do. But what happens is the girl starts asking the guy for favors. He knows he's doing something wrong. He knows he's using this girl. Okay, but it's not like he's dating her or anything like that. But she will begin to put a guilt trip on him and ask him for things. And he may have moved on already to be in a legit relationship with a girl he really cares for. Maybe a girl who can offer him more, maybe he's connecting with her on a spiritual level, an emotional level. Maybe this girl just offers him something, he's just connecting, he's vibing, this new girl he's vibing with her, I guess you can say. So he's connecting, but for some reason, he's still in touch with his friends with benefits. She's probably like cool enough to still stay in touch with. He feels this way, right? So he's still in touch with her, and that's a big mistake. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the back of his mind, he knows that was wrong to have that kind of relationship with her. And he feels guilty because he should not have used her for sex, even though at the time it really seemed like a good idea, because she was agreeing to it. Right? So, in the back of his mind, he feels very guilty. Okay? So she's using that guilt she knows he has, and asking him for favors, and distracting him, and disrupting the relationship he's currently in, and making him feel sorry for her. You guys following me here? So, he's not a bad guy. I mean, he used a girl for sex. Guys do that. But he's feeling sorry for her because she's spinning a good sob story. She's manipulating him, okay? And he has a soul tie with her. When you have sex with somebody, you have a soul tie. So he has the soul tie, so he's soul tied to her, and she's manipulating him with some kind of sob story. He's falling for it, okay? Meanwhile, he's in an actual relationship with another girl. So this ex-friends with benefits, who's still a friend, is manipulating this guy and pulling his attention away from his current girl and making this guy feel sorry for her and asking him to come visit and how she needs a friend and all this other stuff, and just basically manipulating him. Okay? He doesn't really see what she's doing. Maybe she's not getting anything really out of him, like a ride to the store or money or food or anything like that, but she's getting something. She's getting his attention and his sympathy. Okay, meanwhile, this current girl is like, what is really going on here? Because it's not okay what's going on here. Alright, but he's reacting because he feels that subconscious guilt. Like he feels like he needs to stay her friend, you know? He doesn't. But he just feels guilty because he used her for sex. Okay? So, here's what needs to happen, you guys. If you have an ex-friends with benefits, you really just need to delete these people from your life. Because if your current person sees you feeling sorry for this person that you used for sex, they're going to get mad, because if they see you being more sympathetic towards this person than you ever were towards them, they're going to get mad. Can you blame them? Because they're going to see you being nicer to this person than you are towards them. It's because you don't have guilt towards your current partner that you have towards the sex friends with benefits, okay? I know this is deep, alright? And I know you feel guilty about the friends with benefits because you used that person for sex, okay? Because deep down you know it's wrong to have a friends with benefits. You know it's wrong to hook up with people for casual sex. Just like it's wrong to eat junk food, it's wrong to do drugs, it's wrong not to pay your bills, okay? It's wrong to be mean to old people. It's just one of those things it's a sin, okay? It's on the wrong list. Okay, it's wrong. I've done it before, it's wrong, okay? It's just, and you know it. You know it's wrong. They are using the fact that you feel guilty against you. They're causing problems in your current relationship. Okay, your current partner is seeing you feel sorry for this person, and it's making them very hurt and mad. Okay, you need to get all those friends with benefits out of your life. Okay, because you can't be friends with your ex-friends with benefits. You can no longer have the benefits. If you no longer have the benefits, you can no longer have the friend. Okay, because when the benefits stop, so does the friendship. I'm going to say that again. When the benefits stop, so does the friendship. Because you are in a new relationship. And you're thinking, but I stopped sleeping with him a long time ago, so. You have to stop. You're with somebody now. This person is going to keep using your subconscious guilt against you. You can't, because you're going to feel some kind of way about it. Okay? Because you know deep down inside you should not have done something like that. It's bad. They're pulling your strings, they're pulling your chain, however you want to see it, okay? They're messing with your guilt. Just like anything else you know you've done wrong, they're playing with your guilt. And you're like, you never stop to think about that you know what you did was wrong. Because at the time, they were consenting and so were you. Well, when I was doing drugs, I still knew it was wrong. Right? I'm not happy with myself. Drug addicts are mad at themselves for doing drugs. Even though they know they're addicted and they know it feels good at the time and they justify, I need to do this so I can feel better. We still know it's wrong to be a drug addict. We know it is. Even though we think that's something we need to do. Okay? Morbidly obese people eating the way they eat, they know they're doing something wrong. Alcoholics, they know they're doing something wrong when they're drinking. Anybody doing something, people who cheat, they're cheating, they know they're doing something wrong. They can deny it all they want, acting like they're entitled to cheat, they know they're doing something wrong. Okay? So when you're hooking up with somebody, you know you're sinning against your own body. Those friends with benefits, they know they're being used, and they know you're doing something wrong. So they are going to use your guilt against you. Even though they're completely consenting, you're not a predator, okay? Not calling you a predator. So you didn't break the law. But the friends with benefits thing, you just need to get those people out of your life. I mean, I don't have anyone like that in my life. I'm so glad. Because they would be coming around and talking about how much they actually really liked me. And ask me why I really didn't want them for anything else. And trying to make me feel bad. And then, you know how honest I am. I would have to tell them. And, and I would tell them. And, I would say, well, because I don't think you're smart. Or, because you're not a very good wage earner. Or, you're annoying. Because my friends don't like you. Because I don't want you hanging around. Because you're not it, man. I just have to say, I don't like you like that. You were good at one thing and one thing only? What do you say? Once that was over, that was all you had to offer? I mean, what do you say? Don't ask an honest woman a question like that. Bro. I mean, I don't feel good about myself having casual sex. That's not cool. So, that's not really what I'm about. I had to find that out about myself. So, if you have a friends with benefits, get them out of your life now. You delete them like your browser history. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, you feel about your browser history, but delete those friends with benefits, because they are, if you keep them around, they are going to keep reoccurring in your life. They're going to pop up at your house when you least expect them, when you're with somebody good, or when you're alone and you're just trying to build a fire in the fireplace and read a good book, and you're just like, ew, what are you doing here? Ew. Get away. Ugh. You just don't want them around. They don't belong hanging around trying to make trouble. Because that's all they're really going to do. If you wanted to be with them, you'd be in a relationship with them. They're just there to cause trouble. And they're there to take whatever part of your conscience is working and use it against you. Or they're going to pretend they have your baby. They may even pretend, they have a disease and try to tell you you might have it. You have no idea what they're capable of. I mean, I've heard some stories. So, yeah. Get all of them out of your life. Seriously, because, they're manipulating you for a reason. They know. They know deep down inside you feel guilty. And you're only human. We'd all like to have no consequences sex, trust me. That's not how it works. Well, other worldlies, bless all of you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you during the next content. Bye-bye.